Hey everyone, it's June 11th, 2026, and this is the latest update of what's going on in my life right now. First off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who donated last month, so that way we can pay rent. That was really, really incredible, and it's hard to express in words the emotions and the gratitude that I have towards that. Experiencing generosity like that is extremely humbling, and I wanted to make that clear. So thank you for everyone being able to do that. It's allowed me to stay here for another month. I've been looking diligently, trying to find a new source of income since I lost my job back in February. You know, I've been reading online about like how people have been looking for a replacement job it took them like 15 months or something ridiculous like that. It was one story that I recalled. And I really don't want to go through that. I really did not want to spend over a year looking for a new source of income. That is absolutely unsustainable for me. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to go through that. That's just, I'm really hoping that I'll get back on my feet somehow soon. I just don't know how or when. Regardless, I still haven't found a job yet. It sucks waking up in the morning and then, seeing an inbox and going, hey, we picked someone else. And it's like, okay, thanks for letting me know, a month after I applied, because the job thing has been really fruitless. I'm looking into different options now to try to come up with some income. So for people who don't feel comfortable with giving a donation, I'm also looking into doing classes for reverse engineering and 8-bit CPU assembly, like the 6809, So for people who are interested in retro vintage computers or video games and want to learn more about how to dive into these games and understand how they work, I'm looking into offering a class related to those subjects, and I'm looking forward to hosting that really soon. And if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me via my email and let me know, and we'll talk about the prices and everything and what to expect and the syllabus and things of that nature. And of course, I'm a musician, so I have my music on Bandcamp. I thought about actually doing like some sort of live stream and showing off my music production stuff. But I haven't live streamed in a very, very, very long time. So, that's something that that's kind of on the back burner. We'll see what happens. But despite all the negative stuff happening, there have been, good things happening in my life. I don't want to reveal too much information because I was kind of hoping to save a lot of this stuff as surprises for the upcoming documentary. But considering what's going on right now, I think it's more important to just, let this stuff out in the open. Actually, two things happened yesterday that were pretty significant. Both of them are related to the upcoming VidKids documentary that I'm currently working on. First off, I discovered a missing prototype of Robotron. And like I said, this is pretty significant because not only it's Robotron, but it's a prototype that we were aware about before. And I just happened to stumble upon it while doing research for this documentary. And so I went ahead and submitted a PR to the developers of MAME. And yesterday my changes got approved. So that means that the next version of MAME will be able to support this new version of Robotron so everyone can play it. So I'm really, really happy to announce that. I'm also really, really happy to announce that during these past few months, I've had the immense privilege of being able to look over the source code for both Robotron and Blaster. And Blaster is another personal favorite of mine and my spouse's. And while looking through the source code, I discovered that the most common version of the game, the 20-wave version, the source code for that was missing. It was scattered about through all these different files, all these different floppy disk images, and I had to take the time and effort to piece it all back together. And roughly around the same time that the Robotron prototype got approved from AIM, I finished up the restoration for the 20-wave version of Blaster. And so now you can build the game from the original source files and recreate the game, build the game from scratch. So that's really that was really huge news and really exciting to be able to do that. You know, I'll summarize all of this by saying, you know, I had a good friend reach out to me and you know, told me, you know, a lot of people have been reaching out to me in particular and telling me to hang in there, and the one phrase that I heard was expect the unexpected. And I certainly wasn't expecting to be the person to be restoring the code base to one of my favorite Williams games or let alone discover a prototype, a missing prototype that's been previously known. Never thought those things would happen, and they did. So I'm choosing to continue running with that notion of expect the unexpected, and I'm going to apply it to my future. I'm just going to be like, if you would like to donate, that would be awesome. If you'd rather not, that's awesome. It's your choice. But this is the situation that I'm currently in. And obviously life comes first. And right now life is trying to prevent me from making these substantial contributions to video game history and preservation. And if you would like me to continue doing these things and helping preserve our video game history, it, again, as I've been saying these past few months, it would mean the world to me if you're able to help out. And again, I'm hoping to offer more services and you know, maybe do more music stuff in the future. Just do something to help, you know, make ends meet. In the last couple videos that I've made about this stuff, you know, I lost some subscribers, and that's not a huge thing for me, but you know, it's still, it doesn't sting. It just, you know, it just kind of hurts just a little bit to see, you know, there's people that are not interested. And as I've said before in the previous videos, I don't like making these update videos. I'd rather be making documentaries and talking about my contributions to video game history and preservation. But this is the situation that I'm currently in right now. So to summarize, thank you to everyone who has helped me and my family these past few months. I've been reminded again and again of the generosity of others, and it's been incredibly moving and heartfelt. You know, I don't know when I'm going to be able to find a new job. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back on my feet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live in this place for the remainder of the year. It's taking, you know, immense courage and strength on my heart to not succumb to anxiety and fear about all of this. As someone who's recently come to terms with the fact that they're neurodivergent, which was it took a long time for me to accept. These kind of situations are, you know, they feel even more particularly stressful due to emotional dysfunction. But that I'm choosing to power through it and continue to work on what makes me happy and what makes other people happy, and hoping that things will line up. For everyone who has stuck around, both in terms of keeping their subscription with the YouTube channel, but also sticking through and watching this video, I just want to extend my gratitude and thanks and let you know how appreciated you are. So I'll go ahead and conclude the video by saying that, and hope you have a good one.